We're living in a strange moment in history, a kind of in between. The groundbreaking discoveries that shaped our world, the wheel, the printing press, and even space travel, they've already happened. And the futuristic sci fi world we dream about, the one with AI companions, flying cars, and disease free lives, it's not quite here yet. Instead, we're stuck in a waiting game of history. The exciting eras of the past are behind us, and the transformative age of the future is just out of reach. It's a weird time to be alive. Everything feels possible, but nothing feels new. The question is, how do we make sense of this moment, caught between what was and what could be? To really understand the time we're living in, we need to break it down. First, we'll look back at the past and why it feels like all the big adventures and discoveries have already happened. Then, we'll look forward at the incredible possibilities waiting for us in the future. Things so advanced, they might not even feel real yet. And finally, we'll take a moment to appreciate where we are now. This time may feel dull in comparison to a glamorized past or future, but it might just have its own unique greatness that we'll only be able to recognize later. So let us start with the past.
Chapter 1. There's nothing new under the sun.
There's nothing new under the sun. It's a phrase you've probably heard before. Short, timeless, and almost haunting in its simplicity. But it's not a modern idea. It actually comes from the Bible, specifically the book of Ecclesiastes, where the author reflects on the repetitive cycles of life. The idea is this: no matter how much changes, human life always finds itself repeating the same patterns. And in a way, you can't help but feel the truth of it. If you think about our world today, it seems like everything worth discovering, inventing, or experiencing has already been done. The past was full of explorers charting unmarked maps, inventors building machines that redefined existence, and thinkers unlocking the mysteries of the universe. But for us, all of that feels finished. Think about the world just a few centuries or even just a few decades ago. Every generation seemed to have its thing. The Renaissance gave us art and science. The Industrial Revolution reshaped how we lived. The space age put humans on the moon. These were times of invention, exploration, and discovery. Everything felt new. People were charting maps, finding cures, and inventing machines that would change life forever. Even in the 20th century, we had the internet, a creation so transformative, it connected the entire world. It allowed you to watch this video. But today, it feels like we've run out of frontiers. We've already mapped the Earth, we've split the atom, we've unlocked the secrets of DNA. The sense of wonder, the unknown, that used to drive human progress feels like it's missing. And sure, there is plenty left to explore, like the deep ocean or even dark matter, but these aren't things that most of us interact with in our daily life. For the average person, the adventures of the past are just over. They're out of reach. It's almost like arriving at the party after the excitement is over. We're stuck cleaning up the confetti and wondering what it must have felt like to be there when it all happened.
Chapter 2. Peering over the horizon.
Despite the past feeling finished, the future still looks massive. Medicine, technology, space exploration. We're standing on the edge of breakthroughs that could completely change the way we live. Think about it. AI is getting smarter every day. Self driving cars are already on the road. Scientists are working on curing diseases we thought were unbeatable. And let's not forget space. Mars colonization, anyone? Take AI for example. Today it's writing essays, diagnosing diseases, and even creating art. But experts believe it's only scratching the surface of its potential. And then there's gene editing technology like CRISPR, which could someday eliminate genetic disorders entirely. Or allow for designer babies, a concept that's definitely going to spark ethical debate. In the realm of medicine, the possibilities are just as staggering. Imagine organ regrowth, cancer cures, or wearable devices that monitor and heal your body in real time. And in space, companies are racing to establish permanent settlements on the moon and Mars, while others dream of mining asteroids or even reaching other star systems. The future holds things that sound straight out of science fiction. But here's the catch: most of it isn't here yet. And for some of the wildest possibilities, like immortality or AI integration or interstellar travel, it might not even happen in our lifetimes. It's exciting, sure, but it's also frustrating. We can see the potential, we can imagine the possibilities, but we can't touch them yet. And that leaves us in this weird limbo between achievements of the past and dreams of the future.
Chapter 3. The beauty of being present.
So, if the past was exciting and the future feels just out of reach, what does that leave us with? The present. It's easy to dismiss this time as boring, but maybe we're missing what makes it special. Looking back, people rarely recognize the greatness of their own time. The Renaissance, the Industrial Revolution, to the people living in those eras, it was just life, full of challenges and changes and uncertainties, much like today. The difference now is that we have something that no other time had: the ability to connect instantly across borders and cultures. The internet alone has revolutionized how we live. Today, over 5 billion people are connected online. We can share ideas, stories, culture, and knowledge in ways past generations couldn't have dreamed of. A scientist in Japan can collaborate with one in France in real time. An artist in Brazil can share their work with the entire world in seconds. And all of us, yes, even you, can contribute to this global conversation. But this connectivity isn't just about convenience, it's historical. For thousands of years, cultural and scientific progress moved at a much slower pace, hindered by the inability to communicate quickly across distances. Civilizations rose and fell, often without even knowing about each other. Now we live in a world where discoveries and ideas can spread in seconds. Think about the global response to major events, how we collectively react, support, and create in ways no other time in history could. These moments of connection remind us that progress isn't always about invention, it's about understanding. And maybe that's what will define this time. Not the big discoveries or the mind-blowing inventions, but the way that we shared them, the way we connected and expressed ourselves, and built a world that's more united than ever before. Someday people might look back on this era and think, wow, that was when the world really came together. Maybe our time will be revered, not for what we discovered, but for how we made sense of it all together. So, yes, we're living in a time between eras, but maybe that's okay. And after all, being in the middle of something isn't boring. It's being part of the journey, and maybe, just maybe, we're the most important part. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. How do you feel about living in this generation, in between generations? Do you find yourself yearning for the adventures of the past, dreaming of an advanced future? Or can you see the beauty in being present?